When people think about India, they usually imagine crowds, colors, noise, and chaos. And yes, India can be overwhelming at first. But the longer you sit with it, the more you realize that beneath the surface, there's an incredible sense of order, history, and depth that very few places on Earth can match. India isn't just a country you visit. It's a country that challenges how you think about time, culture, and humanity itself. When you think about India, what really stays with me is the sheer number of people. It's hard to fully imagine it. Over 1.4 billion lives, all moving at once. Every street feels alive, like the world is speaking all at the same time. You hear hundreds of languages and dialects, each carrying its own history and emotion. No two voices sound the same, yet they all belong together. To me, India isn't just the most populated country on Earth. It's a place where diversity isn't an idea. It's something you can hear, feel, and experience every single moment. When I think about India as a democracy, it honestly feels overwhelming in the best way. This is a country where more people vote than the total population of Europe, and that idea alone is hard to grasp. Millions upon millions of individuals, standing in lines, marking ballots, believing that their voice matters. It's not perfect, but it's powerful. You can feel how democracy there isn't just a system on paper. It's something lived every day, shaped by real people, real choices, and real hope spread across an entire nation. When I learned that India invented zero, it genuinely changed how I look at the world. It sounds so simple, almost nothing, but without it, nothing we know today would work. No modern math, no science, no technology as we understand it. Every calculation, every equation, every digital screen quietly depends on that single idea. Someone, centuries ago, had the insight to give meaning to nothing, and that choice reshaped human progress. It's humbling to realize how one concept, born in India, still supports the entire structure of the modern world. When you hear that India has cities older than Rome or Athens, it really puts time into perspective. Places like Varanasi don't just exist on a timeline, they live outside of it. For more than 3,000 years, people have walked the same paths, prayed by the same river, lived their lives in the same place. Standing there, you don't just feel history, you feel continuity. It's as if the past never left, and the present is simply another chapter in a story that refuses to end. What amazed me most about the Taj Mahal is how alive it feels. As the day moves on, it quietly changes with the light. In the early morning, it carries this soft pink glow, almost gentle, almost shy. By afternoon, it stands bright and white, and as night approaches, it turns warm, almost golden. It feels less like a building and more like a living presence, reflecting the sky, the sun, and time itself. Watching it change makes you realize it was never meant to be seen just once, but experienced again and again. What really surprised me about India is how deeply storytelling runs through everyday life. It produces more movies than anywhere else in the world, far more than Hollywood ever could. Every year, thousands of films are released, filled with music, drama, color, and emotion. These stories aren't just entertainment, they're shared experiences that bring people together across languages and regions. It feels like in India, cinema isn't something you watch occasionally. It's something that lives alongside you, reflecting dreams, struggles, and hopes on an enormous scale. When I first heard about Kardung Law, it was hard to believe a road could exist that high. More than 5,000 meters above sea level, where the air feels thin and every breath reminds you how small you are. Driving there isn't just a journey, it's an experience that humbles you. Surrounded by mountains and silence, you realize how far human determination can go. India's highest mountain road isn't only about altitude. It's about pushing limits, standing at the edge of the world, and feeling both fragile and alive at the same time. One thing I truly love about India is how often it finds a reason to celebrate. It feels like no matter the day, somewhere in the country there's a festival happening. Colors in the streets, music in the air, people coming together to mark faith, seasons, history, or simply life itself. Celebration there isn't rare or reserved for special moments, it's woven into everyday living. In India, joy doesn't wait for permission. It shows up daily, reminding everyone that life is meant to be shared and celebrated again and again. What really struck me about India is how it stays connected, even across the most remote places. It has the largest postal network in the world, with more than 150,000 post offices spread across the country. Some of them sit in tiny villages surrounded by mountains, forests, or open fields. Knowing that a letter can reach even the most isolated home feels deeply human. It's a quiet system built on trust and patience, linking millions of lives together, one message at a time. When I learned about Indian railways, it completely changed how I see a train system. Every single day, it feeds more people than McDonald's does worldwide. Millions of meals prepared, packed, and served as trains move across the country. It's not just about transportation, it's about care on an enormous scale. Somewhere on a long journey, someone is eating a warm meal, looking out the window, feeling a little more at ease. That quiet efficiency, repeated day after day, is something truly remarkable. When I heard that India sent a mission to Mars for less money than it cost to make the movie Gravity, I honestly had to stop and think about it. It's not just impressive, it's inspiring. Working with limited resources, Indian scientists proved that innovation doesn't depend on excess, but on clarity, discipline, and belief. That mission became more than a technical achievement. It was a statement to the world that ambition, when guided by ingenuity, can reach even another planet. What moves me most about India is how many beliefs breathe in the same space. It's home to every major religion on Earth, and some of the world's oldest spiritual paths were born right there. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, all emerging from the same land, each offering a different way of understanding life. Walking through India, you feel that faith isn't distant or abstract. It's present in daily rituals, quiet prayers, and shared respect. It's a place where spirituality isn't about division, but about coexistence, depth, and centuries of searching for meaning. When I first saw Chand Baori, it felt almost unreal. A stepwell sinking deep into the earth, even deeper than the Great Pyramid is tall. More than 30 meters straight down, carved with endless, perfectly symmetrical steps. Standing at the edge, you don't just look at it, you feel the depth, the patience, the intelligence behind it. It's a reminder that ancient India didn't only build upward toward the sky, but downward into the ground, creating something both practical and breathtaking at the same time. India doesn't try to impress, it simply exists, layered, ancient, alive. And the longer you listen to it, the more it changes the way you see the world. Thanks for staying to the end, and as always, stay curious.